Imagine a traveler arriving at a hotel. What would you remember the most? The flawless service, the seamless technology, or the feeling of being valued? Now here comes the pictures of Atliq Grands, an established name in the luxury hospitality, which is standing at the crossroad of not becoming just a choice, but choice for the guest. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to discuss about this Atliq Grands and how we can unlock the transformation. We'll discuss about the strategic insight as well as I'll give my tailored recommendation for the Atliq Grants. Here I am Anshika Porwal, your budding analyst. Let's dive into the project. So the Atliq Grants is operating in four major cities of India: the Delhi, the Mumbai, the Hyderabad, and the Bangalore, with a major area in the Delhi. They have four different types of property: the Atliq Seasons, Atliq Exotica, Atliq Bay, and the Atliq Palace. And they offer four types of room service: the standards, the elite, the premium, and the presidential. So customers like us can either go to their site, which is atliqsgrand.com, and directly make the booking, or they could book their rooms through the offline booking. And there are also third-party apps such as Make Your Trip, Locktrip, and Tipster to facilitate in the booking process. So all the real-time data of the booking is directly stored in some kind of server. This is known as the OLTP, online transactional processing. And from this, through process of ETL, which is extract, transform, and load, the data is stored in the data warehouse. This one is known as OLAP, online analytical processing. And from this data warehouse, a bunch of files could be generated, which could be plugged in to Power BI for the visualization part, or to the Pandas for the data analysis. So here I have used the Python Pandas library and bunch of other libraries in order to do the data cleaning and data transformation. Apart from that, these are the files, all the files which I have used in order to analyze the data. So at the end of each month, the data is collected in a file. So here, for example, we have this new data August file. So I kind of written an automation code where the file would be cleaned, checked for the any null or the blank values. All those things would be handled properly, would be checked for the data types. And after all the part, the clean file would be presented to us. And second thing, what I did, I have written a code for the dynamic pricing, which is based on the occupancy as well as the demand. So if the occupancy is high, like let's take for example, if it's higher than 85%, it would recommend a 10% price increase in order to maximize the revenue. If it's moderate, that is from 60 to 85%, it will recommend to maintain the current prices. If the occupancy is further low, that is less than 60%, it would recommend a 10% price decrease in order to attract more bookings. So now let's move to the Power BI. So this is the modeling part. We have a star schema model here with the fact booking and the fact aggregating booking data. And these are all the dimension table. So this dimension table are connected to the fact tables with the unique columns such as room ID, date, and the property ID. Now let's talk about the dashboard. So here I have created a filter by city, by room class, by hotel name, by month, as well as by week. Before diving deep into the analysis part, I would like to talk about the key metrics here. So first one is the revenue. Revenue is the total amount that is generated by Atliq Grant. Next is RevPAR. RevPAR is total revenue divided by total number of available room. Third one is DSRN, daily sellable room nights. So if we take example of a hotel which has 100 room and it is and for the month of June, which means it has 30 days. So for such hotel, the total number of rooms that is available to sell is 30 into 100, that is 3000 room. So DSRN would be 3000 divided by 30. Now let's talk about the occupancy. Occupancy means what are the number of room that is occupied by the guest. So if we take example of 100-room hotels, and if 50 rooms are occupied, so the occupancy here would be the 50%. If you have paid attention to the words I've said, I have always used the available room. Why available room? So we'll talk about here. So if suppose due to some kind of maintenance issue or out of service issue, the room is not available to rent. So let's take example of our hotel which has 100 rooms, and due to some reason 5 rooms are not available to rent. So for these kind of hotel, now all everything would be calculated upon 95, not 100. Next we have is ADR. ADR is average daily rate, which is kind of idealized situation. Like for example, if occupancy is 100%, the RevPAR would always be equal to the ADR. Here, I can tell the ADR is kind of showing the idealized state. Now, if we want to talk about the realization, we have to talk about two other terms. That is DBRN, daily book room nights, and DURN, which is daily utilized room night. So DURN tells us the number of people who have booked and have actually stayed in the property. And DBRN includes DURN, the number of room booked, plus no-shows, plus cancellation. Apart from that, we have BLT, that is booking lead time, means how many days prior to the arriving or check-in the people have made the booking. ALOS, which means average length of stay, the amount of days the people have booked the room. And LTV, LTV here means customer lifetime value. What is the revenue that is generated per customer? So what is the agenda here? Here we want to discuss about the business challenges and objective, key insights and trend, performance evaluation, customer behavior analysis, and then I'll give my strategic recommendation. The hospitality industry in India is booming, but competition is fierce than ever. Guests has evolving preference. They want personalization, sustainability, and flawless experience. So how does Atliq Grand rise above the noise? Let's take a closer look at what we stand. So here the situation is Atliq Grand is prominent player in the hospitality sector with operation in 4 major cities with 15 plus year of operation in multiple room categories and hotel type. They have the opportunity of growth in revenue, the market share, and customer satisfaction. The complication here is high cancellation rate, operation inefficiency, stagnant revenue, declining market share, customer retention, as well as the performance disparity across the city and the property. Now, the question of our is how can an Atlic grants enhance the revenue, optimize operation, and improve the customer retention? Let's dive into the number because they don't lie. Hear how Atlic Grant is performing today and what does data tell us about where we need to focus. So, if we talk about the revenue trends, Mumbai is contributing 40% to the overall revenue. Delhi is showing steady rate growth with 15% year-on-year increase. Now, if we talk about the booking behaviors, the Hyderabad has the lowest lead time, that is 3 days. The elite room bookings are most popular in Bangalore. And if we talk about the customer satisfaction, Delhi has the highest customer satisfaction score, that is 3.8 by 5. And Bangalore struggles with low rating due to high cancellations. The performance tells us that the Mumbai and Delhi outperforms in revenue with high RevPAR and ADR. The Hyderabad shows low occupancy rate and high cancellation, which require our immediate focus. If we talk about this graph, this is showing that Mumbai has high RevPAR and ADR as well as the moderate occupancy. Delhi, it is showing balanced performance. If we talk about Bangalore, it is showing the moderate RevPAR, ADR, and steady occupancy. But when we are talking about Hyderabad, it has lowest ADR and the lowest RevPAR, which needs our urgent attention. Here is a graph which shows performance breakdown by cities. So the top performance property are Atlic Palace in Mumbai with the highest RevPAR as of 10.5. And underperforming properties are Atlic Exotica in Hyderabad with the lowest RevPAR. guests are telling us a story too, in their rating, in their preference, and in their choice. If we listen closely, we will uncover the key to unlocking their loyalty. So, if we talk about the lead time trends, the Hyderabad has the average rating lead time, which is 3.92 days, while Mumbai lags with 3.79 days. Repeat booking date. The direct online platform shows the highest repeat booking rate, that is 98.8 in Bangalore. The booking platform preference, the other platform, they dominates with 40% of the share, followed by Make My Trip. Cancellation rate, the cancellation percentage is consistent across all. That is 24 to 25% across all cities, all platforms with minor deviations. And ADR insights by platform shows the direct offline channel shows the highest ADR in Mumbai, that is 15.493, while other platform balances the high bookings with the study ADR. Here's the turning point. This is where Atliq Grands can shift focus from being the player in the game to the leader in the market. We have identified the three core areas that will drive the transformation: the revenue optimization, customer retention, and in operation efficiency. If we talk about the revenue optimization, so we can implement the dynamic pricing strategy for the peak and off seasons. The personalized offers should be based on the booking behavior, that is the lead time and the platform. So this one is showing that if the pricing strategies are maintained, there would be an increase in 7% across all cities. Now let's talk about the customer retention. We need to launch loyalty programs to reward repeat customers. The targeted promotions for high value platforms such as direct online or make your trip. Now, if we talk about the operation efficiency, so we need to simplify the booking process and reduce click and book time. The proactive engagement with customer would help to reduce the cancellation. We need to use the data analytics to predict booking and the pattern. So this should be implemented in the phase-wise manner. So in phase one, that would be from 3 months, we need to implement dynamic pricing and initial loyalty program. In phase two, we need to streamline the operation and target high ADR platforms. In phase three, we need to expand loyalty program and refine strategies based on the performance. So if we talk about all the strategies that are followed, it is projected that the revenue would be grow by 12% over next 3 to 6 months, which would be driven by the dynamic pricing and loyalty programs. This would be shown here. The ADR projected is to increase by 8 to 10% due to optimization strategies. The RevPAR is expected to grow by 15%, especially in cities of Mumbai and Delhi. The customer retention is forecasted to improve by 20% via loyalty programs. So these are based on some kind of assumption that the loyalty program yields 20% retention boot. The dynamic pricing increases ADR by 10 to 8 to 10% consistently, and RevPAR gains a maximum in the premium segments. So if we conclude them, so what are our recap of the finding? That the dynamic pricing and loyalty programs are projected to improve ADR and customer retention. The Mumbai and Delhi lead in revenue performance, and our Hyderabad requires strategic focus. We need to streamline operation to reduce cancellation by 15% over next 6 months. What are our next step? Next step would be to implement dynamic pricing tools and set loyalty program framework. We need to monitor ADR and RevPAR improvement and identify performing platform. Third would be to expand loyalty initiative and refine operation based on the performance. Thank you.